It's 3:47 in the morning. Your deployment is scheduled for 6 a.m. and you just realized you haven't written a single test. Sound familiar? Yeah, we've all been there. You could spend the next few hours frantically writing unit tests, integration tests, end-to-end tests, and so on and so forth, setting up test environments, mocking APIs, debugging test failures that have nothing to do with your actual code. Or you could let an AI do all that in the next 15 minutes while you, I don't know, take a shower, make breakfast, or actually sleep. Welcome to TestSprite, the first fully autonomous AI testing agent that doesn't just help you write tests, it writes them, runs them, debugs them, and fixes them completely on its own. I'm Alibu, and today I'm going to show you exactly how TestSprite can replace an entire QA team with one AI agent. We're going to build a real application, and I'm going to let TestSprite handle 100% of the testing while we watch. No manual intervention, no test scripts, just pure automation. By the end of this video, you'll see why over 6,000 development teams have already ditched manual testing. Let's dive in. Before we start, do you remember when we built this WhatsApp clone application? If you did not yet watch this video, just go ahead and watch it if you are interested too and you want to know how you can build a WhatsApp clone using Spring Boot, Angular 19, Kicklock, and WebSockets. Also, you can find the source code in my GitHub repository. Just search for WhatsApp clone and you will find it here. Also, I will include all the links in the description of this video. So now, before we start diving deep, let's first do something. I will just try to run my application. So the first thing, I will open the terminal. And then I will navigate to my WhatsApp clone UI, and then I will just run the ngserve command. So this will run my front-end application. Also, by the way, here I'm using cursor. All right. So now I will just go to main src java and I will run this main class. So this will execute everything. And also, of course, in the background, I have my Docker Compose completely configured and executed. You can find everything, as I mentioned, in my GitHub repository for that project. So now, if I go back here and let's navigate to localhost 4200. So this is the WhatsApp clone UI, and then we can just sign up, register. So let's go ahead and do that first. So let's maybe register a Kevin user. So I will give it an email, kevin@mail.com, and password, let's call it just password. And let's click on register. So now we are registered in here and everything looks fine. So I can just go ahead, search for the users, and also like start a chat. I can go to my profile, log out, and so on and so forth. So this is the application. So I don't want to dive deep into the application details because, as I mentioned, you can just go ahead and watch the full video about the application that we implemented together. But the one thing that we missed when we implemented this application, we did not implement any testing for this application, whether for the backend or even the front end. So, and this is why I want to introduce you TestSprite. This is the AI agent that will make your life easy and easy. So no need to write manual tests anymore. So let's go and start. First of all, go to TestSprite. So now this is TestSprite, which is a built for modern coders, the AI agent that tests, fixes, and validates your software. So it's an MCP tool. You can simply click and install it, and then just leave anything to your AI agent or to your AI client. And that's it. You just need to type one command or like one prompt, and the magic will start happening. So this is the main the dashboard of TestSprite application, and it seamlessly integrates with your favorite AI powered editor. It seamlessly integrates with Cursor. I will just show you how. Tray, Claude, Windsurf, Visual Studio, and much more. So it's an MCP server, and you can install it the way you want. All right. Also, it has so many features and we will just start exploring that in the next few moments. So the first thing you need to do, if you already have an account, just click on the sign in button and then just log in using your credentials. Or if you do not have an account yet, just click on try MCP free and then it will automatically navigate you to create an account, and like the steps are super easy. So just I'm opening this in a private navigation because I'm already logged in. So you can whether log in with Google or GitHub or like even create your own just you're using your email and password. All right, so once we sign in here, so it will automatically redirect me to my dashboard, since as I mentioned I already created an account. And here we have this dashboard, so you can create tests, you can see all the tests, you have MCP tests, we will come back to this one a little bit later, and we have the test list, monitoring, profile, and so on and so forth. By default, when you first sign in or sign up or create your account on TestSprite, you get 150 credits for free. All right, and I think this should be sufficient just to try it out and play with it. Then you can decide whether you want to continue with it or not. But from a personal experience, I think you will like the tool very much. All right, so now how we can set up TestSprite. So let's click on test locally, and here we have a quick install. Also, you can see it on the main dashboard, but the steps are exactly the same. So you click on quick install, and here there are a few steps that you need to do. First, you need to create a key, which is like just one click. It will navigate you to a new tab, and in here just new API key, give it a name, and then just create. Please do not use the keys that I'm showing on this video because I will just revoke them just after finishing recording this video. All right, so let's cancel this one, and then you will have your API key. So I created one, just testing TestSprite, and I have the API key and the created at, and so on and so forth. All right, so once you create your API key, here you can install MCP settings, or like you can install the MCP. Whether on cursor is just one click, just click on this button and it will automatically navigate you to cursor, and it will suggest, so let's open cursor and let me show you in here. Let me make this one full screen, and then you have the name, you have the type, and you have the API key, the one that you will copy and paste. All right, so as you see in here, I have already TestSprite set up from before. So let's go back in here. Once you add it to cursor, if you are using cursor, but if you are not using cursor, for example, for the ones who are using Cloud Code, you have this command, you just need to run it. All right, just after setting up Cloud Code on your local machine. If you do not know how to set up Cloud Code and how to use it, please let me know in the comments, and I will create a dedicated video. Also, if this is a topic that you are interested in, because personally I use Claude a lot, so just let me know in the comments and I will create a completed and detailed tutorial about Claude AI and Claude Code. All right, also for other IDEs or for other tools, simply you need to include this part in here in your MCP servers. All right, so like this is all you need to do. So let me maybe zoom in so it's clear for you. So just copy this one, and in here just replace your API key, and then you're good to go. All right, so to wrap up, if you use cursor, just click add to cursor. If you Cloud Code, just copy and execute this command line. And for other IDEs or for other AI clients, just add this MCP server to your MCP server's configuration, and then you're good to go. Now we have everything up and ready. So now we can just go ahead and start testing our application. So now let me close this one, and I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. So this is for executing my backend application. So now I want to test my UI. All right, so here there is something which is really important before going there. Here I have this README file. I just updated it to give more context. So this, meanwhile, also at the same time, it acts as the PRD, or like the product requirement document. Okay, so here I have a description of my application, what this application does exactly. So WhatsApp Clone is a full stack real-time messaging application with Spring Boot 3, Angular 19, Kicklock, and Prime NG, and so on and so forth. I have here the tech stack, and also I created a user flow. We will see in a few seconds why this is important, or like why we need such a document. All right, so the user can register or log in, selects other users to start a chat, After selecting users, the chat panel will be displayed. The user can send text message, emojis, media, and when the user receives a message, it will be automatically displayed in the message panel, and the user can log out by clicking on the logout icon. So here there are some goals, the core features, and quickly, or like simply, the project structure, which is like the backend, front end, and so forth. All right. So maybe I can also update this one, app clone UI for the front end. Keycloak, I do not have any configuration, but I can also export it and add it in here. I have a Docker Compose and the README file. All right. And the rest, how to set up the project, how to use it, and a small description of the different key modules of the application. All right. So let me save this one. And now I will just go back in here. So also I can even close this one if you want to. So here I will type this prompt. Okay. Hey, can you test this project, or like, can you test, and then I can drag and drop this folder and put it in the chat. All right. For me, using TestSprite. All right. And then all I need to do is to hit enter, and then let's see what Claude is actually going to do. So now it's planning the next move. I will try to comment out, or even like fast forward for sometimes, because it needs some time to do things and execute things. So now the first thing, as you can see, we've been redirected automatically to our browser. So let's go back in here. So run TestSprite for WhatsApp UI, and now it's waiting for something. So that's why we were automatically redirected there. So now we need to select the mode, whether we want to test the backend or front end. For our case, it's a front end. So the scope, whether we want to test the code difference, or like the code diff, if we are working on a PR, for example, and then we want to execute tests for that changes. All right. Or we want to work on the code base if we want to start something from scratch. And here we want, or like, we need to provide a test account info. So here I can maybe provide the kevin@mail.com and the password for that account. So I'm talking about this account, the one that we just created few seconds ago. All right. And then all I need to do, so here, if I have for local development, so it's localhost 4200. If there is a specific path that we want also to add, we can simply add it. I'm trying to zoom in to make it clear for you. And then we have the product specification document. So this is the one I just spoke about, which is the README file. So I'm going to attach this one. And here we go. Here we have the README file, and now let's click on continue. So now we see that we uploaded, or like we uploaded everything. We provided the configuration. Also, we see something in here. So when we open this WhatsApp clone, we see that we have a TestSprite test folder has been created. All right. And it created also like a subdirectory TMP and so on and so forth. So the first thing, it just copied or like extracted this README file, or like this PRD files into here. So for our case, it's simply the README file that we just uploaded. All right. So let me try to move this one a little bit here. And then we have a config.json. So this is the project configuration that we chose in the beginning. So the status is committed, the type is front-end code base. So this is the local endpoint. And here is the user and password. All right. So now it automatically typing, or like starting to do something. So the first thing that was generated by TestSprite is this code summary. So it's a summary about the code of our application. All right. So by the way, here sometimes you see that it's running because I authorized it before, but for your case, when it's for the first time, all you need to do is to click on run and it will be authorized automatically. All right. Now here, let's go back to this. Folder. So the code summary. All right. So the code summary. So we have an app shell bootstraps the Angular standalone application, main chat page. We have chat list component, and as you can see in the background, TestSprite was able to check all the project structure, and it identified the app component, the main chat component, the chat list component, the authentication using Keycloak service, and so forth. And here are like the different services that we are using: message service, chat service, user service, and so forth. Also, it was able to identify the styling that we are using. So we have the size.css, user banner, WA or like WhatsApp banner, WhatsApp background, and so forth. All right. So let's see what are the other generated files. So we have the config, we just checked it. So now it added few other things. All right. So it started adding some other configurations here, like the API key, the proxy, and so on and so forth, in order to be able, so for Sprite, in order to be able to execute and run those things. Here also we have a standard PRD. So like this is, as we, if you want to call it, it's an enhancement or an enhanced PRD based off our PRD file or files that we provided for TestSprite. All right. So here we see, for example, the project is WhatsApp clone, the date is this date, Alibu, and so on and so forth. So we have WhatsApp clone is a full stack real-time messaging application that replicates core WhatsApp features, including secure user authentication, blah, 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 blah. So I will not go through all this. Also here we have the core goals: enable secure users registration, login and logout using Keycloak or Auth2 authentication, provide real-time one-to-one chat messaging with instant message delivery via WebSocket and Stomp protocol, implement responsive chat user interface. Honestly, I'm not sure if the interface is responsive or not, but we will see later on. And persist chat, deliver the application in a Dockerized setup, including backend service, front-end Keycloak, and so on and so forth. And also serve as a learning and demonstration project showcasing full development setup. All right. So here are also, we have the key features: user authentication, contact discovery, real-time chat, message composition, chat history, responsive UI, and Dockerized application. Now we have the different user flows that we provided also. So we have user register. After authentication, user selects contacts, user composes text message, incoming message, user can log out at any time to terminate the session and return to login page. So this what we provided as the user flow, and now it created a kind of enhanced summary for that. All right. Also, we have some validation criteria. User must be able to register a new account and log in successfully. Authenticated users can view and search list of available contact to start chat. Message sent, real-time incoming message, emoji speaker, UI must be fully responsive. User session must be securely maintained, Dockerized deployment, and so on and so forth. And here we have a summary also about the code. First, we start with the tech stack. We have TypeScript, Angular, ArcGIS, SCSS, SockJS, Stomp, and NX emoji Mart. Also, the different features is the one that we listed before, and so forth. All right. So now we have a new file, which is this TestSprite front-end test plan. So this one, let me make this one a little bit bigger. So here it created several test cases. So test case 1 up to, I'm not sure how many, it created 17. So here it automatically generated 17 test cases, and now it's already working on it, as you can see. So once it's done, I think it will generate also other test files for each test case in here. So let's go back. So let's go to the top and start checking what was generated as test cases. So for the test case 1 is user registration success. So the description: verify that the user can successfully register using Keycloak or Auth2 authentication. All right. So here it will test the registration process. Okay. And then we have user login success. We have also user login failure with incorrect password. We have user logout functionality. We have contact discovery and search. We have also open chat conversation and load history, send text message, send emoji, send media image attachment, real-time incoming message display, chat history persistent and retrieval, responsive UI desktop and mobile. We have invalid media media file attachment handling. And then we have like several of them. So we can, like, while it's running, I guess we can go through them one by one. So we have session timeout and automatic logout. We have also Dockerized deployment startup and role management access control. I'm not sure if we have this or not, but let's assume that we do. And also handle network interruption during message sent. I think I'm not sure if I handled this, but honestly the test case is really relevant. Okay, so now all we need to do, finger crossed, just wait for TestSprite to finish. So I will be waiting for it, and once it's done, we will continue exploring the different files and what has been done, and we will see the different features that TestSprite is providing for us. So now we see that test execution completed. The AI assistant will generate the report for you. So now it's generating a report. So we have a raw report.md, and then it will generate another HTML file. But before jumping there, let's see what was generated by TestSprite. So here we see that we have 17 test cases. So user registration. So it's like it's built using Python. Imagine writing this code on your own. So this took only like 3 to 5 minutes, I guess. I did not like count exactly, but I think it took 3 to 5 minutes to implement all these 17 test cases. But this is really great. If we want to implement this on our own, I think it would take like several hours, or like sometimes a day or 2 days. All right, so like just to implement all these test cases. So this is really great. Now it's generating the report. So we will see how the report looks like. Okay, so we have here the raw MD report. It contains all the test cases, what was successful, what failed, and so on and so forth. Now we will see the HTML file. I think it will be generated in like a few moments, I guess. So now it's generating the test report. So here we can see that we have this report, and I think it will also, yeah. So here we have also the HTML file. So let me copy the path, and let's open it in the browser to see how the report looks like. So let me zoom in. So here we have TestSprite AI test report. So we have the project name. So we have 8 out of 17 tests passed. All right, so the failing ones, so contact and conversation access, message experience, UI responsive navigation, and so on and so forth. So we will see what really went wrong and what are the issues. So for example, user registration success, user login success, login failure, it was like also successful, logout functionality, and where the issue started. So contact discovery and search. We have also chat, open conversation, and so on and so forth. So here we have this one. So like we have this report, but there is also something which is really, really great. So when we go to the dashboard in here and click on MCP tests, so here you will see all the different tests that you executed using this TestSprite MCP. So I guess this is the latest one. And now the good thing, so for example, I have user registration success. So the good thing, it provides us also with a video about what happened exactly. So let me make it full screen. So it created a Kevin user or something like that, and then it will try to create the user. So email already exists. So, and as you saw here, it automatically changed the email to a new one. All right. So let's go back and see the failing ones. So the failing ones, contact, discovery, and search. So let's see what the AI was trying to do and why it was not successful. All right, so I think the AI was not able to identify this button that we need to click on this one, on this plus button, in order to select a chat or like select the users. All right, so yeah, maybe, I don't know, it might be the design of our application, or even the AI was not able, or like we did not describe it correctly. So open chat conversation and load history. Of course, like we do not have any chat. We can like do it differently. Maybe preparing some context for the AI. So here, if we go to the config right here, where we have the username and password, so we can create several users, and for that user we already initiate some chats. All right, so like some chat with some users, and I guess like this the AI will be able to do that. But anyways, let's go back in here and let's continue exploring the power or like the tools of this TestSprite MCP tool. So, but anyways, even with that, we can go back and communicate and like write another prompt with cursor, and let him know that, okay, in order to select a chat or like to start a chat, you need to click on that button, or like maybe change the UI a little bit, and this way we can adjust and we can make it easy for the UI. All right, or like maybe giving it more context, because as I mentioned in the beginning, I just provided this readme file, which is honestly not too much detailed. All right, but trust me, I tested it also on other projects and it works really fine. So now just to resume this one, so once you have all this, you can just simply ask Cursor, okay, just use this test report and fix all the failure, or like all the failing tests, and it will automatically point out and know what needs to be fixed exactly, and it will fix it, because it will use this test result, or like tests result, and it will know like from the context what happened exactly, where are the issues exactly, and how to fix them, and so on and so forth. Alright guys, thank you for watching. That was it for today's video. Before we end this video, if you're not subscribed yet to my channel, please go ahead, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, and drop a comment. Test TestSprite and let me know in the comments how was your experience and what is your feedback about this tool. Honestly, from my side, I really enjoyed it and it's really helpful, and also I'm planning to use it in my future projects because it saves a lot of time. Alright, so thank you so much again, and see you in the next one.